great pleasure, first of all, to speak to you all about the spirit of leadership today. So I'm going to speak about what a quantum leader is. Let me start by asking you a question. Okay. So imagine there is a war. Okay. And there are two teams. On one side is a big team of lambs whose leader is a lion. And on the other side is a big team of lions, but their leader is a lamb. What is the probability which team will win? Please chat in the chat box. No, I would like to hear from a few of you. Which team do you think will win? Just take a moment. Let's have an interaction because I don't want it to be a lecture kind of a thing I'm speaking in.
Ma'am, sorry, I forgot to tell you, you have 30 minutes for your talk.
Yes, I will finish in 30 minutes. Don't you worry about that.
Yes, thank you.
The one with team of lambs led by the lion. Yes, exactly my point. So so my dear friends, leader is the most important part of the team, that we all know. And who knows better than entrepreneurs? You know, they are the backbone of this economy. So many people think business is all about making money, having great strategies, good networking. Of course, all this is important. But business needs much more than this. It is a game of the lionhearts, you know, the gladiators. So let me ask you another small question. You don't need to ask, sir, but give it a thought. Have you seen a lion? Why is he called the king of the jungle? Is he the strongest? Elephant is the strongest, no? Is he the tallest? Giraffe is the tallest, no? Is he the smartest? Fox is the smartest, no? So what does it make him the king? It's only one thing. And what is that thing? What is the difference between Ratan Tata and Vijay Mallya? Tell me, what is the difference? How would you like to be remembered as? Just give it a thought. It's their energy, it's their attitude, it's their aura, right? That's why I call quantum leaders. Two people, you know, a leader has an energy which makes him different from the followers. He has identified his purpose. They leave imprints on the for others to follow. A quantum leader is not a victim of the past. You have to remember that. He's not a victim of the past, and he's not a victim of the unpredictable future. You know, we've all heard about Donald Trump. We've heard about his bankrupt stories. We've heard about Steve Jobs. We've heard about Disney. And now the reason, what is the reason? Because 20% of your business is the strategy, the networking, the hard work that you do. 80% is your mindset. 80% is the energy that we are talking about. Do you all agree with me? Like, I would like to hear, if you can keep chatting on the chat box, I will keep an eye there. So let me ask you, who are you? How much do you know who are you? You are out there to conquer the world. You've made this group. You are doing so much hard work. You're working on yourself. What is it? How much do you know yourself? Because before you conquer this world, you need to conquer your own self. And I'm sure you all know that, right? So if I may ask you, who are you? You are a culmination of some of you might say, I'm a businessman. Some of you may say, I'm a complete man. I'm a father. I am a entrepreneur, or this and that. But you are this physical body. You are this physical body. If something happens to your body, you don't feel like doing anything. You can't walk, you can't do anything, nothing feels good. What also, you are your emotional quotient. If you're feeling hurt, if you're feeling pain, if something goes wrong and you are angry, where is your productivity? Nowhere. What about your IQ? You earn because of your IQ. You earn because of your mind, right? So you are your IQ also. And then there is another factor which nobody talks about. Nowadays, of course, some corporates have started speaking about it, and they've been inviting spiritual leaders. That is your spiritual quotient. So we are actually these four quotients. We are our PQ, which is our physical body. We are the IQ, which is the mind. We are the EQ, which is the emotion. And we are the SQ, the soul, which runs this. The soul, the consciousness, which we call, right? Which runs this. So there has to be a balance of all these quotients. Because you know what? Your thoughts, the kind of thoughts you have, they create your feelings. And the way you feel creates your actions, and your actions create your destiny. So do you know, in this universe, everything is energy? We've all heard that. We all know about law of attraction and all that, right? Everything vibrates. This universe is like a broadcasting station. It's like a broadcasting station. It is abundant universe. There are all channels on. Which channel will play in your life? The one you tune into. So you can choose to be a victim in life and blame the economy. You can blame your clients. You can blame the government, the weather, the country, the parents, the karma, everything. Or you can choose to be the master of your own destiny. Because as I said earlier, your thoughts create your reality. So, this life is like a game of tennis. You don't know where the ball is going to come from, right? Left or right. You can't blame. You can't sit and blame. Oh, why did the ball come from that side? So if you look at your life, you're living your life wearing some colored glasses. If you're wearing a red colored glass, how does the life look like? Red, right? If you're wearing a blue colored glass, how does the life look like? Blue. So where are these filters coming from? These filters are coming from your past programs, your childhood experiences, your conditioning, and everything is stored in your subconscious. It's like a programming. Guess at what age your subconscious was programmed? Any vague idea? 0 to 2. When you were in your mother's womb, your subconscious programming started. It's like you are auto-programmed robots, and you don't even know why life is not working, why you're working hard and you're not getting the results that you're asking for. You're not even aware there is a set point. There is a threshold, like in a geyser you have. There is a threshold, and then the temperature doesn't go above that. It's the same thing. And you want to be a billionaire. Consciously, you're working hard. You're doing everything. You're doing all the efforts. But in your subconscious story, if there is a belief which says, I don't deserve. Now, whatever you do, whatever best strategies, whatever things you have, everything results will not come. Your computer does not have that program, my dear. Your computer doesn't have. So like, how many times have you thought, I will not get angry? Consciously you've tried, I will not get angry. You keep telling yourself, but you can't help it, because anger is stored as a vibration in you. Your patterns, your beliefs, your cellular memories, everything, they are all set and they're running your life. And you are trying hard, but trying new strategies, joining new groups, upskilling your people, working hard. But this life, actually, friends, look around. This life is nothing but a mirror reflection of who you are. Whatever you're looking in life is just mirroring your whatever is going on here. So when you don't like your image, what do? You don't change the image, you change yourself, right? So the quantum leadership, what I'm talking about, is doesn't stand and blame and complain. He understands we don't live in a hostile universe. Only thing is, we don't know the recipe, how to work. The day we realize that as human beings, we are the most superior species, and we carry a God of peace of God or a consciousness inside of us. It is the space of being, this consciousness is a space of being. How to move from the space of subconscious and move to a space of consciousness where there is so much abundance, where there is so much ease. We are only looking at the 0.0001% of the physical reality. And we are not looking at the 99.99% of the unseen reality, which is energy. We are all made up of energy. Elon Musk is talking about creating from the zero field energy. What is that zero field energy? That is the dark dense matter which is available in the universe, and we can create from. Then why don't we also create from that space? Why are we struggling, and why are we not creating with ease? Now, how to be a quantum leader? You would ask me. I've spoken so much about it. How to be a quantum leader? So let me give you a small analogy. Okay, someone asked Michelangelo, how do you make such beautiful statues? How do you make such beautiful sculptures? So you know what he said? He said, the sculpture is already in the marble block. I only chip off the extra stone. So we are all born leaders. We don't have to look for a title or something else to make us a leader. We are born leaders. Only thing is, we need to chip off that extra thing. right? So quantum leader is someone who has a grip on the internal state. It's like this, have you seen a banyan tree? A banyan tree, whatever storm comes, the banyan tree never gets affected. Never gets affected. Why is it? Because internally its roots are very strong. The roots are very strong. Whatever happens, it doesn't impact him. Okay. Do you know, some of you must be engineers. I'm an engineer, so I use my logical brain. Stress is equal to pressure divided by resilience. We all know that. So stress is directly proportional to pressure. When there is pressure in life, we have stress. Agreed. But how do you reduce stress? Stress is inversely proportional to resilience. So if you increase your resilience, like Mr. Bagga was talking about, increase your resilience, your stress levels go down. है ना? So I would say have a grip on your internal state. And when I say internal state, that means what? Your thoughts, your feelings, your intentions, and your actions. And that is what I'm talking about. The balance of PQ, IQ, EQ, and SQ. Do you know manifestation, rule of a manifestation? The rule for manifestation is only three things. Have balance, alignment, and momentum. Momentum, you people are giving 100%, but take care of the balance and the alignment with the universe. You know, Einstein once said, you cannot solve a problem with the same level of consciousness in which it was created. So if you want to solve a problem, according to Einstein also, you need to raise your level of consciousness. In this world, everything is energy. So energy has a vibration, energy has a frequency. So let's say if you are a radio, right? If you're radio and your frequency is set at 93.5 FM, and you want to listen to a song which is playing at 98.3 FM, what do you need to do? Only need to change your frequency and you will listen to the song that you want to. So if you're looking at success, happiness, joy, more money, you need to change your vibration. Same way, your vibration is drawing the similar experiences to you. So what is vibration? Vibration is nothing but a combination of your thoughts, your feelings, your intention, and your actions. Right? You broadcast a very potent frequency when you have a balance of all these, and that is when, with the help of law of attraction and the cause and effect and following the laws of the universe, you have the power to create any reality. Then when you walk into a space, situations shift anytime. Anything you can shift. You can turn failures to success. Only thing you need to change is your programming. You need to upgrade your computer. We upscale our cars. We upscale our phones. We upscale our watches, our machinery, our people. But how much do we invest in our own self? Whose energy is responsible for all the experiences, for all the success? Only thing which is required is your energy. Raise your consciousness, my friends. Only work on your vibration and become the quantum leader. That's the game for this 2021 and beyond. You know, let me give you a thing. If you go out today, just experiment. If you go out today and you look around for red cars, I'm sure you'll find red cars everywhere. Why? Because what you focus on grows. You know, your mind manipulates matter. So focus on problems will grow. Focus on solutions, that will grow. Your brain has only one focus point, which is called the reticular articulate system, RAS. And it can focus only on one thing at a time. It's very stupid. You can tell anything and it believes you. So let's do a small exercise. Okay, I'm on time, right? So let's do a small exercise. I won't take long. Just close your eyes for a moment. Close your eyes for a moment. Just close your eyes for a moment. And put your hands on your heart chakra. Heart chakra is the center of the heart. And put your hands and just do your deep breathing. Just do your deep breathing. Now, I want you to see if you have any negative emotion in your body right now. If there's anger, if there is fear, anything, any negative emotion, just close your eyes and just get present to the negative emotion in your body. And just check what is the intensity of this. What is the intensity of this emotion in your body? Just check the intensity. Close your eyes and be with the exercise and see the magic. So just be with the, okay. So I hope you all found one negative. Now, keep your hands on your heart and take another deep breath. And now I want you to think about one thing you're grateful for right now. One thing you're grateful for right now. What is that one thing? Just think about one thing. Oh God, thank God for this. And feel the gratitude in your body. Feel the gratitude. Now, think about one person you love the most. One person you love the most, and feel the love for this person. Feel the love for this person. Feel the love. Feel the love for this person. Feel it in your heart. Feel the gratitude. Now think about your proudest moment of your life, when you felt so proud of yourself. One moment when you felt so proud of yourself. Just feel it in your heart. How did you feel at that point of time? Feel it in your heart. Now think about that negative emotion. Is it still there? Open your eyes. Was it there? It wasn't there. You can only focus on one thing at one point. So choose what you want to be in life. Do you want to be a victim, or do you want to stand in a place of possibility? Do you want to have no power and you are angry all the time? You're proving to the world, you're defensive, you are in threat most of the time, in competition, you are triggered. Or do you want to be in a place of possibility where it is 100% me and 0% them? Where there is choice, where there is power, where you are the creator, where there is ease and you are in allowance of everything is happening. I'm open for any questions that you want.